On June 10, 2025, during a large-scale raid on Nablus in the occupied West Bank, the Israeli forces shot and killed two Palestinian men, Nidal and Khaled Amira. The same day, the Israeli army released the following statement. During a suspect inspection, two terrorists attempted to snatch the weapon of one of the fighters operating in the area. As a result, several rounds were discharged, causing moderate injury to one IDF soldier and light injuries to three others. The force responded with gunfire towards the terrorists, killing both of them. The scene was filmed by several journalists. Video footage, analyzed by B'Tselem and Index, shows that Nidal and Khaled were shot dead despite posing no threats. Around 1 p.m., Nidal and Khaled Amira arrive at the Old City to assist a family trying to evacuate due to the ongoing Israeli raid. With his hands raised, Nidal is the first to walk towards the alley where the soldiers are positioned. After lifting his shirt at the soldier's request, Nidal is asked to take off his pants. He refuses. As he takes one more step towards the soldiers, three of them begin beating him. Upon seeing this, Khaled also approaches, raising his hands. As the soldiers open fire, footage from another journalist's camera captures a clearer view of the scene. The fourth round strikes the ground at Khaled's feet. Two soldiers seize Khaled and forcibly drag him down the alley. Meanwhile, four other soldiers surround Nidal and strike him repeatedly as he is restrained. A shot is fired in the alley. Two soldiers break off from Nidal and move into the alley, one with his rifle raised. With his neck in an arm lock, Nidal is also dragged toward the alley. He is surrounded by 6 armed soldiers. 3 of these soldiers are looking down. One is visibly bent over as if reaching to the ground. A testimony given by an eyewitness to B'Tselem states that Khaled was being restrained and violently handled by a soldier at that moment. After that, I saw the soldiers grabbing another young man dressed in black, dragging him into the alley where we were, and trying to force him to the ground. One soldier grabbed his head and choked him violently. Less than a second later, a burst of 12 rifle rounds is rapid-fired into the ground. Just 0.3 seconds after the last shot, Khaled's head is visible at the soldier's feet. This visible position and movement are consistent with witness testimony, which describes him as restrained on the ground at the moment of the burst of fire. Footage analysis and witness accounts therefore strongly contradicts the Israeli army's suggestion that Khaled or Nidal both of whom were physically restrained by a group of at least 6 armed soldiers at the time, were capable of attempting to seize a weapon from a soldier. Nidal is dragged out of the alley by 2 soldiers. One of them sustains a leg injury following the burst of gunfire. After 5 shots are heard, one of the soldiers who just dragged Nidal out of the alley reappears, his rifle at the ready. The boot of the soldier who sustained the leg wound is visible in this frame, indicating he is sitting on the ground. Footage from a second journalist's camera provides a clearer view of Nidal's shooting. Nidal is visible from the back, moving away from the soldiers and apparently limping. As he passes the wounded soldier on the ground, an unclear interaction occurs between them. Nidal collapses to the ground with the final shot, appearing to be hit in his back, near his right side. Less than a second later, the second soldier and his weapon become visible in profile. This soldier's position and observable turn make him the most likely author of the fatal shot to Nidal's back. At that moment, Khaled is still alive and held down on the ground by a soldier behind him. A sequence of 9 shots is heard. Subsequently, Khaled's body is visible lying completely still, indicating he was killed by one of these rounds. Slow-motion analysis of the footage shows that within 2 seconds of the shooting of Nidal, the same soldier fires several rounds at Khaled's head from point-blank range. Another soldier's hand pushes the rifle away as other shots can be heard, indicating a second shooter in the alley. Footage also reveals a muzzle blast smoke consistent with handgun discharge at ground level, directly adjacent to Khaled. The video evidence shows that Khaled was shot dead while forcibly restrained on the ground, surrounded by at least 4 armed soldiers, 2 of whom were actively firing upon him. A soldier looks and points directly at the camera, before rapidly retreating down the alley. As the soldiers move to retrieve their wounded fellow, Nidal raises his arm multiple times, confirming he is still alive at this moment, but critically injured. 2 minutes after the shooting, Red Crescent paramedics attempt to enter the area, but are denied access by a soldier aiming a rifle directly at them. The operation concludes with the soldiers withdrawing to their armored vehicles. They use smoke grenades for concealment and fire warning shots to force the evacuation of the area. To this day, the bodies of Nidal and Khaled Amira are held by the Israeli forces.